event that happened back in 2023.
Yeah.
When you realized that you were still anxious despite being successful, the family was doing well, the business was
Mhm.
thriving. What changed at that moment for you?
Well, I was, on a retreat with my wife, the person I love more than anyone, my best friend. Beautiful location, kids are healthy, everything's good. I'm a real estate agent also, I have 5 deals in escrow, so really nothing to worry about, but I was worried. And I don't know, you ever have the Jaws music in the background of your life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
and
yes,
that's
yes.
and I noticed it, but it was so in the background that it was so normal for me. I was raised in New York as a New York Jew, and there, if anyone here is from New York, there's this. My family motto was "Things are never so bad they can't get worse."
Mm,
It was just always waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it was so normal for me. I never noticed it, and then in that moment, I noticed it as inappropriate, and I thought, "Oh, this is weird. What is this about?" And I saw that I was playing a game. My life was a game that I was trying to accumulate enough that I would not have anything to worry about.
gotcha.
And there's no enough. There's no top
Right,
to enough.
right,
There's
right, right.
never enough. That's the problem with enough is that there's never enough. And I thought that's crazy. I don't need to. I, what other game could I play? If I
Right.
wasn't going to play that game, what other game could I play? And I started to play a game called um, focus what I put my attention on. So I don't have to worry about all these others. I could just focus on what needed to get done in the moment. And
Mhm.
I've been I've been practicing meditation on and off for since I was in my 20s, so 40 years. Um, but this got me turned back onto it. This was like, oh, I bet this is what meditation is good for. And I got back into mindful meditations and got myself certified as a mindfulness meditation instructor out of it because I thought it'd be good to train my sales team in that, my real estate agents in that, and then in later on in that year, as I was training, the worry disappeared, and I thought, I mean, I remember I was at a stop sign, and I was like, where did that go? Where's
Right,
that feeling in my chest? That's not here anymore.
right.
And I realized it was the worry that was gone, and I thought, okay, I have to share this with people. This is something I need to do, and that
Well,
was sort of
that's
the catalyst for this.
yeah, that's a perfect transition where I want to go next. Talking about your mission and the worldview. Your mission is trying to help people experience their agency and challenge the hustle culture.
Yeah.
What do most people misunderstand about the hustle?
Well, the hustle is sort of the I don't know if it's ultimate. We'll see. Ultimate is some kind of judgment that doesn't get higher. So we don't know that this could get worse. But right now, it's the peak of the Western mind over matter that the, re, producing results is the only thing that matters. The end result of the game of getting enough. The what we call in real estate, my friends and I call the Lamborghini leaners. The Instagram. I'm on a
Yeah,
Lamborghini. That
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
influencer lifestyle. Like I have to have he who dies with the most toys wins. And I say it's the ultimate because human beings are already, in survival mode. That's our brains are always prediction devices, like
Right,
waiting
right.
for the next problem to happen. We are negatively biased. This is all Daniel Kahneman 101, but like we are biased towards survival, towards fear, towards loss, aversion. Those are things that are most important to the machine that a human being is, the mechanics. And then left unchecked, as it is in the West, it just turns into he who dies with the most toys wins.
Right, right.
And there's no agency in that because linear, there is not one executive, not one leader, not one person that would doesn't recognize that on their deathbed is going to think, oh, I attended too many soccer games of my kids.
Right.
No one's ever going to say that. And they know that. No one's ever going to lay on their deathbed and think, I can't believe I didn't close that merger. What?
Right.
That's not what's important to a human being. And we all know it intellectually, but we can't live it inside with hustle culture being undistinguished. We can't live it without slowing down enough to see it. So there's no agency available, in my view. It's just
Right.
all automatic survival. And I'd like people to slow down and get the opportunity to act consistent with what they want to be able to say they accomplished on their deathbed,
Mm.
not whatever mechanics are running around that this game that I was playing.
Right. Right. Well, let's talk about stress, suffering, and performance.
Mm,
Uh, you say pain is inevitable,
yeah,
but suffering is optional.
yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, pain is the immediate, impact of reality. You lose a client, you there's some great loss. There's someone dies, you lose something. Life is impermanent by its very nature.
Right.
We cannot avoid pain. And in fact, the avoidance of pain is one of the games that people play. Like, I'm not going to fall in love. I'm not going to go do that again. I'm not going to do that. And we take ourselves away in hopes that we don't experience that pain. So we just have this general level of pain instead, um, a predictable level of pain, all pain avoidance. But pain is unavoidable. So that's just the way life goes for human beings. But suffering is the story we tell about the pain, is the fear of the pain that we have, like that pain avoidance is now we're living constantly suffering, afraid that that pain is going to happen again. We make up things to worry about in the
Mm.
future, things that haven't even happened yet. We all, worried about, I'm worried about losing that client. Okay, well, what good does that do you? That's just all mental chatter that you're layering on top of yourself.
Right.
That's optional. You don't need to do any of that.